in 2007, 2008, obviously everyone knows what happened then, but they talk about Seattle being kind of insulated in that scenario because there were so many people moving there that it helped so much. So what's good about Florida is we have so many people moving here right now. So there's actually infrastructure that can support the appreciation. I mean, obviously, we're probably not going to have a 30% appreciation year over year ever again, which was so unique. But with Tampa growing as fast as it is a good space to be in for us. As far as real estate
100%.
growth, there's a lot of people our age, like you said, moving here. Business is growing, and I'm excited about that area. It's
So
awesome.
Seattle was insulated during 2007, 2008. Is this something that you stumbled upon online, like an article, or what was your experience?
So it actually did not dip as much as other markets just because there were so many people moving there. So like, let's say
data to me is massive.
Massive.
Because that's what I've been thinking. I've been thinking from a macro perspective. If you watch MSNBC or you're online looking at articles, one would think, okay, we're headed to a recession. Like this is not good for real estate. I totally agree with you. We're in an insulated market. I didn't even think about other cities during the last recession.
Yeah.
So Seattle was one of them.
Yes, correct. So that's what's so interesting about it. And that's what makes me feel good about owning investment properties here because, like, for instance, there's markets that I think could be catastrophic. Let's say we see 2007, 2008 again, which, I mean, that was so unique and because that was real estate backed, which they've gotten so strict with lender requirements and all that underwriting. But if we were to ever see a dip that bad again in the coming future, Tampa is insulated just because we have so many people moving here right now. And there's so many people working now.
So many
like,
people.
It's growing.
Right.
There's people moving and shaking now. Like we literally talked about before we started this podcast that there's so many people our age moving here. And that's really what drives the market.
Yeah, that's like the foundation of an economy.
Exactly.
Honestly, it's all those people, not necessarily starting out, but people in probably 25 to 40 who have good, high-paying jobs moving to a metro area.
Oh, yeah.
Like that base is what supports us up. Even like, dude, the University of Tampa, like none of those kids are going back north, man.
No.
I've had probably like, how many on the podcast? 4? It's funny, like someone comes in, they're young, and it's like, where'd you go to school? Oh, UT. Like it's a joke at this point. I have probably how many kids went to UT at our company? 3? Yeah. We've had interns from UT. Like I've talked to, let's just say 10 or 15 of these students or prior students. All of them are like, dude, no one's moving back to New York. No one's moving back up north. Everyone is staying. Whereas 5, 8 years ago, that wasn't the case. People would come down from the Northeast, go to UT, graduate, move back home.
Yep.
Now they're staying here. We have an amazing base of college educated workers that are staying. Like you said, young people moving here from all over the country. I think one thing we are missing is a big industry. Like we need a news article that's like, yo, Amazon's dropping like some huge headquarters here or like a tech company or whatever that may be. I think we are missing a large business that can provide 10, 20, 30,000 jobs. But I think it comes, man. I think those businesses follow the educated workers. And when they look at the demographics in the next 5 or 10 years and they see, holy shit, Tampa has all these educated people, they'll come.
It will for sure. I agree. Because even Bill Gates buying into Water Street, like he bought in that was, I feel like that's a big indicator because he's obviously smart money. Like he's got a bunch of guys telling him what to do with his money. So
he might not even be the one that makes that decision.
Yeah, exactly. You know that's what I'm saying. It's like you and me are sitting here talking about this and like we don't have the data that they have. And like they are obviously tracking like we are like, oh my gosh, like Tampa's turning into something. There's something going on there. There's so many people moving here. So let's be a part of it. So he wouldn't just invest that to take the tax benefits necessarily. He thinks there's growth happening around here. So
100%.
So that's why he jumped in it. I mean, I think that speaks volumes about what's happening here, that if one of the richest men in the world decided, hey, I want to get involved in there and be a part of this, then I think that just speaks volumes about what's happening.